So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an example of how to do importing and analysis with the 2-level DOE app for an unreplicated design example. The problem here is an experiment was run in a semiconductor fabrication plant in an effort to increase yield. 5 factors, each at 2 levels, were studied. The factors and levels were: A is aperture setting, small and large; B is exposure time, 20% below nominal, 20% above nominal; C is development time, 30 seconds, 45 seconds; D is max dimension, small and large; and E is etch time, 14.5 minutes, 15.5 minutes. We're going to analyze the results and make a recommendation. The unreplicated 2-to-5 design is given in the next slide. Here's the design. Notice we've got it set up in terms of Yates order values. Remember, anything with a letter in it gets a plus. In terms of the run, everything else is a minus. And finally, the 1 in parentheses is all minuses. Okay, so what I've done is I've already created this design in an Excel sheet called Homework Unreplicated Designs Data. It is number 1. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift over to the app and I'll show you how to import and analyze. Okay, now you can see we found the app. You want to go to apps.responsiveanalytics.com/app/DOE-. And you can see we're on a welcome screen. It just says, welcome to the DOE dashboard. It's tools of property of responsive analytics. To get to the 2-level factorials, we're going to click on it over here. This is the design of experiments dashboard. What I want you to see here is we have 2 tabs here that we're going to use. We're going to use import a design and we're going to use analyze a design. And these things are all going to be driven by what we call a start button and what we call a reset button for each thing. So when you're done and you want to do something different, you want to import another design, or you're in analyze and you want to reanalyze the results, you're going to reset, then you're going to go back to analyze again. Same with import. You're going to reset the import and then go back. So what we're going to do first is we're going to import our data. We're going to click here on import a design. You can see it opens up this window. Click browse. Go find where your data is. My data is homework unreplicated designs data. Okay. Now you're going to see it. We got a few more things we can do here. We got to pick which sheet. It's under sheet number 1. So we're going to pick number 1. We need to tell it what the response variable is. The response variable is Y. Tell it what the input variables are. Those are A, B, C, D, and E. And we're not going to worry about blocks right now. Then once we've got this data in, we're going to click Run. Now, as you can see, some things have populated. It basically tells us, okay, here are the original labels, here are the new labels. If I had these in terms of time, temperature, things like that, the labels would get converted to A, B, C, D, E, etc. In terms of the levels, the originals are -1, 1, and the new ones are -1, 1. If these were in actual coded levels, then you would see the real levels here, and then these would be -1, 1 here. Over here, we have some more tabs. One is a summary tab that's basically telling you, okay, you created a design with 5 factors and 32 runs, and this design is a full factorial. If we click Design Table, then you can actually see the design with the response data, essentially what you imported. And then if you click the alias table, it'll show you the alias chains. At this point, because it's a full factorial, we don't really worry about the alias chains. Now let's move on and talk about how to analyze with this dashboard. We're going to click Analyze a Design. Click on the Analyze the Design button. And now we've already imported our data, so that's the data we're going to work with. We've got a couple of things we can pick here. First, you want to check a value for alpha, select a value. We've got 0.01, 0.05, 0.1, which are the typical values. We're going to choose 0.05. We need to tell the dashboard what our goal is, maximize or minimize, and our goal, since our response was yield, is going to be maximize. Now, we come up here and we have this choose type of analysis. So there's really 2 different things you can choose. You can choose manual or automated. I'm going to do manual first, then I'm going to show you how it works with automated. So let's pick manual. Now, when we choose manual, we get this new dialog box where we have to choose what to put in the model. Click on it, What we're going to do first, like we always do, is we're going to choose select all. That's going to bring everything in A through E, all the 2 ways, 3 ways, 4 ways, and the 5 way. Okay, so click outside of there. So we have all our model terms. Now we're going to click run. Okay, so over here to the left, we're going to have these outcomes. Those outcomes will populate when you do the automated analysis. On the right here is where we're going to see our effect tables and such. You can see here that the effect table only has effects. That, of course, is because we have a full factorial, but we only have a single replicate. So if we scroll down, you're going to see we have our Pareto plot of the effects, and we also have our half normal. We can see from the half normal what's off the line or significant is A, B, C, and AB. If we go to our Pareto plot, we also see A, B, C, and AB. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back. We're going to reduce our model so it only has A, B, C, and the AB interaction in it. So we're going to come back up here. We're going to reset the inputs. We're then going to click Analyze again. Okay, we're going to change this from automated to manual. And now when we select, we're going to actually go down and select A, B, C, and AB. Okay, click out of there, click Run. Now you can see we have a lot more things here because we're able to do analysis because we've reduced our model. Here's our effect table. It gives us the effects, standard errors, the t-values, the p-values, and our confidence intervals for the effects. Notice all of the p-values are less than 0.05. We also have our ANOVA table, essentially giving us the same thing except in terms of ANOVA. We also have here something called an assumption table. Now what this is these are hypothesis tests based on each assumption that we make. Normality, equal variance, and independence. And you can see here, since all of these are greater than 0.05, we're going to assume that our assumptions are all met. Now let's go down to the residual plots. Here's the residuals versus order. And of course, this will always be printed out. But remember, it's only useful if you know the run order. This is residuals versus fits. Then we have residuals versus each factor. And then finally, we have the normal probability plot of the residuals. Then if we move over here, we will get the main effect plot for A, main effect plot for B, main effect plot for C, and then the interaction effect for AB. So you can see here that the dashboard pretty much gives you everything you need to do your analysis. Again, we have these outcomes up here. Those will be used when we do an automated analysis. Okay? One final thing that you can do is you can essentially download all of these plots and tables to Word just by clicking download the results. Notice down here it's creating the actual table. Now if we click here, when it comes up, you can actually see that everything we just saw there is now given to us in a Word file. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use the automated type of analysis. Now let's continue on and take a look at how we get to this analysis using the automated type. If we go up in here and hit reset the inputs, now we can click analyze the design. Now what we're going to do is instead of choosing manual for the type of analysis, we're going to leave it as automated. What this is going to do is essentially get you everything we just saw without you having to make any decisions. It's going to go in, it's going to look to see what we should use in terms of effects moving forward based on significance, and then it's going to reduce the model for you. Again, all the residual plots and the effect plots and everything nice and neat will come out, and also all of the outcomes will come out as well. So let's try it. Okay, you should be able to see that everything is pretty much the same as what we just saw. The major difference here is now these outcomes are populated. So based on your goal, what we see here is to get the maximum response, we get a response of 62.22, and we would set factor levels A, B, C to the positive values. The bonus outcome here says, because D and E are no longer in the model, now you can choose either level you wish. So what you should do is think about some sort of a side benefit you might be able to get, such as minimizing cost, etc. Then if you click on model outcome, you basically end up seeing that the effects that were kept in the model were A, B, and C, and then the A-B interaction. And then finally, the assumptions outcome tells you that all of the p-values for the assumption tests were greater than alpha. Therefore, we conclude that the model is adequate. So you can see we have these outcomes. Again, everything else is essentially the same as you just saw. And as well, you can click download the results. And you can see down here, it's telling you that it's creating these results, and now it's downloading to Word and it's outputting. And then again, just like we saw a minute ago, you're getting all of these things except, again, these goals, these takeaways, these outcomes are now being populated. So really what the automated gives you is it does the model reduction for you, and then it interprets the results for you. Okay, so that ends this video. Like I said, I just wanted to show you how you can use this DOE dashboard to run your analysis. Thanks.